Why, hello everyone, it is I, back again with another new game. This one from the Humble Choice from July. It's called the Our Adventurer Guild. Does look really interesting. So I figured I would give it a shot and showcase it. Looks like I guess it does have DLC that I don't have. But let's start. So we're gonna do normal difficulty, obviously, but it does have easy, hard, very hard, and custom. I had to buy me a new headphone, so everything kind of sounds weird to me right now. A dear friend, it has been a long time, hasn't it? I always thought about writing you, but I've never found the courage to do so. How ironic that my very first letter to you would also be my last. Because by the time you receive this letter, I will already be dead. Friend, I have a favor to ask of you. It concerns the Adventurer Guild. It has been difficult times. It has been difficult these last couple of years. It shames me to admit that we have been struggling, and I'm afraid of what will become of the guild now that I'm gone. I fear that without the right leadership, it will cease to exist. That's why I want you to become the new guild master. I know it might be selfish of me to ask this of you, but I ask as your friend, as someone you consider your family. Please don't let our dream die. Former guildmaster of the Adventurer Guild and your old friend, Fran. Oh, all right. But yeah, these new headphones are cool. They're really nice, but I'm having to get used to them. Okay. Male adventurer. It shouldn't be much further from here. If we follow the road, we should be arriving at the guild in no time. Good to hear. This journey has been exhausting. You got us lost several times, and we had to pretty much run from every encounter we came across. Honestly, I'm surprised that we even survived this far. Yeah, sorry about the Guildmaster. We haven't been adventurers for long. Guildmaster. It's still a little weird hearing that. I guess we didn't really show our best side so far, did we? No, you didn't. Geez, we really didn't start off on the right foot with our future boss, did we? Time to butter up. I know we haven't been great that so far, but we're still young and learning. I'm sure we'll improve in no time under your leadership, especially when you're such a handsome, pretty, good-looking person. Thank you, I guess? What was that stutter just now? I just noticed I can't tell if our guildmaster is a man or a woman. What are you talking about? Of course, it's a... See, you can't tell either, right? I have an idea. Guildmaster, I noticed we never called you by your name. I kind of feel bad about that. It makes everything so formal. Technically, I'm your boss, so that seems just right. Well, yes, of course, but it doesn't seem right if we don't at least know your name. So, could you tell us? Yeah, we will tell you our name. I guess there's no harm in that. It's Fissure. Fissure, I see. Of course, of course. You still can't tell, can you? No. You think it'd be awkward to ask now? What do you think? For now, let's just keep rolling with it and avoid the use of pronouns. If you're done whispering, I have a suggestion to make. As you said, you're still capable of learning, but I do want to reach the guild in one piece, so here's my suggestion. For the remainder of the journey, let me take charge. I used to be an adventurer for more than half my lifetime, and I'm sure that I can bring the best out of you. I don't think any of us would have any issues with that. Good, then follow me. So, what were their names again? Pretty sure they told me. Also pretty sure they told me their life stories and traits, which is kind of weird to tell a stranger. Maybe I'll find that info on their character pages. Okay. Press the movement keys. Standard is WASD. Click on an adjacent tile. Whenever you move, the enemies will start moving. If you get too close to an enemy, they'll start chasing you. If they catch you, you'll have to fight them. You can try to outrun them if you do not wish for a confrontation. There will also be several interactable objects on the quest map highlighted with sparkle effects. Okay, we have to press the E button or click on the tile. Those are our basics. We have battle. Our turn-based, every round characters get a turn to act. Order, yep. That's normal. On their turn, characters have a number of action points. 2 to spend on actions. To end your turn, click on the end turn option. Every character starts with movement point. Okay. Initiate movement action by either clicking the movement. Yep, there's a combat log. Okay. Bravery in battle. Sometimes you'll find yourself in situations which may seem unfavorable to your adventurers. By taking advantage of the bravery system, your adventurers can easily turn the tide of battle in key moments. Each adventurer has an amount of bravery points, which can be spent on powerful temporary buffs. But be careful while spending your BP. Having too little BP gives minor debuffs to the adventurer and risks them getting the shaken status when they reach 0. Meanwhile, having high BP gives your adventurers minor buffs. Always consider the trade-off when using BP. Several ways to gain BP: defeating an enemy, landing a crit, or getting encouragement from allies with close relations. Likewise, BP can be lost by getting too hurt or having allies die. High bravery adventurers gain BP faster than low. Alright, basically, we'll kind of go over some of this as we go. Because we need to get back to town first before we can figure out some of this. Okay, so we do know his name, is that a woman? Ergon? He's a defender, so he gains special stuff. Okay. Mage, Gideon. Scarlet is a rogue. Okay, do I have any actual spells right now with the mage? Not quite just yet, it looks like. Collection of basic offensive spells for novices. Okay, so I probably do have some. I just need to gain some levels for extra stuff. Okay. Well, I just got smacked. Oh no, bandits! No need to panic. Bandits really shouldn't scare you. They're like introductory enemies for adventurers. Why don't we come here and say that to my axe? Oh, they look pissed now. Guildmaster, no worries. I still think you can take them on. Let them come at you first and try to use the environment to your advantage. Okay, yeah, it's going to pop up this the entire time. So we did already go over this just a second ago. Okay, increase range of range skills by 1 in accuracy, which we're not going to do that. Okay, I want to move over here. And what do you have? You have a quick slash. You have a throw knife, so you do have a ranged and an artery strike. I don't have to worry about it. I would like you to go here, though. There's a lightning bolt. There's an ice bolt. Earth spike. Firebolt. Magic missile. Alright, so none of my... Oh, I can use lightning bolt. It will hit. Bandit grunt. Shield push. Shield bash. Block and slash. Go ahead and move you in front. I can use shield push, deal damage to both of them. Okay, some skills allow you to push enemies in a direction. If they are pushed and an obstacle is in the way, they suffer collision damage. Damage depends on the distance they've been pushed and their level. When an enemy is pushed to another enemy, both of them will suffer collision damage, as I just showed. However, if an enemy is pushed into an ally, the ally will attack the enemy, causing the collision damage to increase. The ally, on the other hand, will not suffer any damage themselves. The extent of damage increase depends on the relationship between the adventurer, the initiator, and its ally. It's important to note that if the ally has a negative or bad relationship with the initiator, instead of attacking the enemy, push them, then they will suffer collision damage themselves. Well, that's not good. All right, block goes up. All right, I can throw knife, but it didn't do anything. Okay, so this is 9 to 13 damage. Let's go ahead and kill the one. That's a hidden status. Okay, that's just a heal. Gonna move you forward. Let's get you a shield bash. Okay, so this is actually using SP. SP. All right, let's just get another quick slash. There we go. Very well done. Okay. Okay, this is the campfire, huh? Or there'll be times when you have to do an attribute check. To succeed, you have to roll a number ranging from 1 to 20. If the rolled number combined with the modifier is greater or equal to the difficulty, you've succeeded the check. In some cases, failing the roll will have negative consequences for the party. Be aware that you'll always fail with a roll of 1 and always succeed with a roll of 20. Basic D&D rules. If you fail the roll, you have the option to spend your bravery points to re-roll. Okay. Sometimes you can circumvent certain rolls by carrying the right items with you. Okay. You can use the shovel. We're going to go ahead and just use the shovel. Wait! This place here is full of resources we can collect. Collecting resources is an important part of adventuring. We can use them to make our own potions and equipment. So try to always collect all the resources if possible. Sometimes you might even have enough space in your inventories, so try to prioritize what to bring back with you. Got some stuff. Okay, we got some wood. I mean, it makes sense to grab as much resources as you can. Well, okay then. Damn it, now we're getting attacked by wild monsters. Beware that dire wolf. It's a quick fellow, and I reckon that it will, at your level, you'll have a hard time hitting it. Do you have any tips? I do. Believe in yourself. Any other tips? I'm being serious. I've seen you fight. You're all stronger than you think you are. Really? Yes, I've hardly seen anyone as talented as you lot. Now go out there. I'm sure you'll be able to defeat those monsters. Yes, Guildmaster. We will not disappoint you. You really bought that? This whole Guildmaster thing is going to be much easier than I thought. Okay, sometimes you find yourself in a situation which seem unfavorable to your adventurers, by taking advantage of the bravery system, which we did go over just a second ago as well. Okay, crazed boar really kind of. Oh, you just ran at me and stunned me, you asshole. What do you have? Heroic hit. Well, I don't really need to worry about that just yet. Okay, we're going to move you here. We're going to use an artery strike so we can get you some bleed damage. You are... That's 10 to 12. I think we might have to do ice damage. That is an 11. Can I, like... Yeah, I can move you around over here. Nice, it's good to resist. Mage for the win! I guess I gotta wait for my next turn to use that. Ow. Sneak attack. All right, there we go. Good work, everyone. At this point, you're all probably exhausted. We should probably camp now to get some rest. It's important to always know when to take a break and recover. All right, so traveling around on the quest map and fighting enemies, exhausting your adventures. Stamina bar gets depleted, your adventures will be in an exhausted state. Definitely do not want that, making them less combat efficient. So we have to camp. While camping adventures have to consume supplies to heal, okay. During camp mode, adventures can perform actions to heal or buff the party. All right. We will do that in 1 second. Let's go finish collecting resources. All right, so we have a hearty meal, which will heal everything. I think we want a satisfying meal. Yeah, that'll be good there. Oh, but I don't have any extra camp points. I just have the 1. If I had gotten a 2 camp point, right? Well, I guess we can kind of both do that. Starts to meditate, cover more mana. All right, so that's all I've got. All right, well, let's rest. My legs feel like they're going to fall off. Ah, you think Yoga's going to help me carry this heavy backpack? Well, all right. So we did rest. Oh. Damn, there are even more bandits ahead, and they're blocking the road. Does that mean we have to fight our way through? Not necessarily. Not everything has to end in a fight. We might have other options depending upon the situation. Let's see what we can do. It's an event. Ahead of the adventurers were a group of bandits blocking the road. It seemed like they were waiting for their next group of victims. The adventurers could see that the bandits slightly outnumbered them. A fight was therefore not in their best interest. The party remembered that what the guildmaster said to them and started to think about alternate ways to get past them. Okay, so try to intimidate the bandits, let the party through. Have one of them to lure the bandits away, or pretend to be bandits. Okay, I don't know which is better. We're going to pretend to be bandits. Modifier is 8. Nice, we got a success. Gideon put forth the idea that they could masquerade as bandits and attempt to negotiate their way through. Since adventurers are often mistaken for bandits, there was a chance they could pull it off. After all, bandits wouldn't just rob other bandits, would they? The guildmasters shared their reservations, but the rest of the party seemed willing to give it a try. Together, they brazenly walked towards the bandits, their movements purposefully rough and sketchy. At first, the bandits seemed wary of the approaching group, but Gideon quickly diffused the tension by claiming they too were bandits. Gideon played the role of a seasoned bandit rather convincingly and started to rant about the difficulties of their chosen lifestyle. To the guildmaster's surprise, the bandits readily agreed and shared their own complaints. Gideon lightened the mood with a clever quip, and they all erupted into laughter. At one point during their conversation, emotions began to run high and everyone started crying for some inexplicable reason. One of the bandits spoke about his ailing grandmother, while another listed off the names of his 12 starving children. Gideon in turn began to recount a sorrowful tale about his disapproving parents, leaving the guildmaster uncertain as to whether anything he said was actually true. The bandits and adventurers bid each other farewell and were allowed to pass. As they parted ways, Gideon reassured the bandits that they were all capable of overcoming any obstacle in life, which moved the bandits to tears. Observing the emotional scene, the guildmaster remained silent, wondering if they had possibly hallucinated the encounter due to a head injury. Okay, well, Gideon gained 3 SP and 50 experience. Good job, Gideon. Oh, hey, look. Oh, yeah, we could use a key. Minor dodge ring. I'm gonna have to be her, right? Boom. Minor dodge ring. Finally, the group reached their destination. In front of them stood a giant fortress, an old abandoned Empyrean fortress that had been claimed by the Adventurer Guild several years ago, and now acts as a base of operations for the Adventurer Guild. In front of the fortress stands an old familiar face. Quest completed! All right. Everybody got an achievement. Well, we completed the tutorial. Oh, great. It's her. This is Fiola, my friend's wife. She and I have an agreement. I can't stand her. She can't stand me. So you really came back. Fiola. I see you're still here. I was sure by now that you'd already be back on your swamp hut and brewing some children in an iron cauldron. Charming as ever, I see. I guess the only thing that grew older is your exterior. I still can't believe you will become the new guildmaster. What was my husband thinking? It's like a nightmare. You can help me get rid of mine by going back to the underworld you call home. And just leave the guild which my husband has spent his life to raise to somebody I'm sure has done nothing worthwhile in the last 10 years? I think not. You want to go? Try me. Whoa there, you two. We're here to greet the new guildmaster, not start a fight. And who are you? Hello, guildmaster. I'm Falcon, one of the instructors of the Adventurer Guild. I was asked by Fiola here to accompany her in this meeting, saying that it would be troublesome if the two of you were alone. But I didn't quite expect this. Fisher and I share a history. Fisher was a friend of my late husband, but the two of us never saw eye to eye. I was too afraid that your gaze would turn me into stone. And wouldn't that be wonderful? Besides, of course, from the ugly statue that would spoil the landscape. Jeez, no need to underline your relationship before me. Don't we actually have more important matters to discuss? For example, welcoming the new guildmaster of the Adventurer Guild. Congratulations! Although I have to admit that this won't be an easy position to be in. Fran's letter slightly hinted at it. How bad is it? I don't know how much you heard, but the Adventurer Guild has been going downhill for some time now. We lost many of our reputation and contracts. All of our seasoned adventurers have left us, and there's not much gold left to keep the guild going. Honestly, it's a mess. Wow, that does sound pretty bad. That's why we're here. The former guild master was certain that you can bring the Adventure Guild back on its feet. Where do we start? My suggestion would be to start recruiting new adventurers. You can usually find them in the tavern. How about we pay it a visit right now? Tavi. Tavi, the tavern keeper. All right. You already had enough, you lightweight. Whoa, who you calling a lightweight? I ain't drunk yet. Sure. Oh, hi, Fiola. Hi, Falcon. Is this? Hello, Tabby. That's right. This is unfortunately the new Guildmaster. Unfortunately? Don't mind them. Just introduce yourself. Hello, Guildmaster. I'm Tabby, and this tavern belongs to me. This is where all the adventurers go when they need to relax. If you think someone had a hard day, just send them to me, and I'll make them drink until they're too intoxicated to even remember why they were sad in the first place. I would have phrased it differently, but yes, sometimes the former guildmaster would buy drinks for adventurers to raise morale. It is actually quite efficient. My advice is to keep that tradition and occasionally buy a drink or two for the adventurers. Okay, anything else that you keep in mind in here? As I already said before, usually new adventurers who would like to join the guild would also arrive here. In the past, we would get adventurers from all over the world wanting to join us. Many who have already made a name for themselves. Nowadays, however, the only people who come here are people who are too inexperienced and too weak to make it on their own. Hey, I heard that. So what? If you have a problem with that, then prove them wrong. That's what I thought. Anyway, we should start looking for adventurers here, at least enough to field a full party of 4 on a quest. All right, got it. Hey, how about me? That's okay. As I said, lightweight. Okay, so what do we have here? So you look to be a healer? So you're healer, you're mages? You're not exactly telling me what you are, though. Oh, an archer, though. Can't take a hit. He's pretty. He's got magically talented, kind soul, aesthetic, impatient. But a healer would be good. Cowardly, does not have your back. Why would I want this one? Just because her stats are a little high? Life violence has marked his body, so more bravery, less hit points. Impatient will always act first in the first round of combat unless ambushed. That's not too bad. I think I'm going to go with this guy then. Let's see, these guys, I think they're just regular mages, right? This one may be a paladin. I'm going to take those two. It looks like we can talk to her. Okay. Joined the Adventurers Guild, made the tavern for her husband who was an adventurer. But it looks like he died. Well, okay. I think that's all I really needed to do. Everybody's current mood is just kind of even. Good, you found a group that is willing to work with you. Congratulations. It's much easier than having to deal with you. So what's next? Now that we have the adventurers, we should be able to do quests again. But before we send the adventurers on their first quest for the Adventure Guild, we should make some preparations. Usually the guild provides the adventurers with items for their adventures. A few potions, bandages, antidotes, etc. Fortunately, the guild currently has nothing in their inventory. And where do we get more? We still have a merchant here who's selling us his supplies, but he is a bit... Well, it doesn't matter. You'll see for yourself. I don't like how that sounds. Well, I guess it's time for you to meet Makan. Makan! Hold on. So we have. Okay, so these guys are the ones that have died already. This is our supplier. His name is Makan. A name I'm pretty sure is made up. It certainly is. I see we're already off to a great start. Care to explain? After the guild was started to lose its reputation, fewer and fewer merchants were willing to do business with us. Then suddenly a very suspicious stranger appeared. That would be me. And he offered to become our supplier now that all the other merchants have cut their contact with us. He never showed us his face, never told us where he came from, or why he even wants to support the Adventurer Guild. So, all the red flags. But beggars can't be choosers. And you, my dear customers, are very much beggars right now, and I am the philanthropist who is holding you up. So you're doing this out of generosity? Oh, no. The actual reason is completely different from that. And you're not going to tell us? Exactly. You're just as insightful as you look. I mean, even if I told you a reason, how could you possibly know I'm telling the truth? For all you know, I could be a big, bad, evil guy, and this is all part of a necessarily elaborate plan to destroy everything you love and care about. Lighten up, Guildmaster. I'm joking, of course. I miss the old Guildmaster. He actually laughed when I told him now. Despite all of that, there was never any problem with the wares Makan brought to us. Quite the opposite, in fact. I guess we have no choice but to keep on relying on you, then. Thank you, Guildmaster. You will not regret this. Or will you? Just kidding. Ha ha ha. Okay, so I do know that we need potions. We got 2 bandages. I think that's just what I need right there. Adventurer manual, gain experience. We got some extra keys. Let's see what you have to say. 2 millennia I stopped counting. It's a word that cannot be pronounced in a known language. Are you human? If I were, would I be wearing these clothes that cover up my skin? Was any of that remotely true? No. Well, all right. Okay, so I can... Their materials... But I think I can use them. Yeah. Well... Now, there's still one place you also need to know of. The temple. Sometimes people get injured and need only time to heal. But time is a luxury we can't always afford. Yes, unfortunately. But the temple can help us with that. How about we also give it a visit today? Alright, so I got that one taken care of, so now we need to go to the temple. So we have a temple in the Adventurer Guild. Are you sure you want to step foot in here? Aren't you afraid of turning to ash? Of course not. Unlike you, I'm not a faithless heathen. You should be more worried about the gods that don't smite you, because you defile this place with your presence. I would pray for your soul, if you had one. You two should be more worried about whether the gods would be offended by your bickerings in this place of all places. Oh, hey, Nora, nice to see you. Nice to see you too, Mr. Falcon. And of course you too, Miss Viola. If you'll excuse me, I have something to do. She left rather quickly. Hello, Viola. Hello, Falcon. Hello, Eden. We were actually looking for you. Oh, is that so? Then I'm happy to be here. How can I help? We wanted to introduce you to the new Guildmaster. Guildmaster, this is Eden. He's in charge of the temple here and also a training structure for the guild. Eden, this is our new Guildmaster, Fissure. Oh, so you're Fissure. Something wrong? No, it's nothing. I just heard a lot about you. What did Fran tell you? It wasn't the former Guildmaster. It was Viola. Why are you looking at me? Isn't it obvious that you Consult a priest if the devil haunts your nightmares? Don't worry, Guildmaster. Of course, I know Fiolo is probably exaggerating. You seem to be a very touchy subject for her. I don't even want to know. You really don't. Moving on. As we told you before, sometimes adventurers will need to be sent out again before they're ready. In those cases, Eden can help us. Usually, healing magic is only capable of giving temporary relief. When adventurers use healing magic or healing potions on the field, they will still need to recover naturally when they come back. But we priests from the church Gahaneta are specialized in the art of healing and are capable of a ritual that can forcefully recover all injuries. I'm familiar with that process. It's not a great feeling. Unfortunately, it isn't. Having the body mend itself is a rather painful process. Therefore, it shouldn't be used too often. Otherwise, your adventurers will be less than thankful. Adventurers who sustain injuries during a quest require time to recover. While it's still possible to send them on a quest, if necessary, injured adventurers will have to reduce maximum hit points during a quest. The ritual will forcibly heal your adventurers, but this process is painful for them and will lower their mood. Well, I mean, I guess I could. Didn't really lower their mood, though. They're, I guess, well, no, I guess they are disgruntled. They were just regular. How long have you been a part of here? About 8 years. Why did you join? Believe in the good. Okay. You wanted to help people. Okay. Yeah, a guild for heroes would be nice. Nice. We volunteered to join to help out. Oh, okay. So for the last 8 years, it has been pretty good. It's just kind of declined after a while. All right, now we can accept our first quest. Now we should have everything ready for the adventurers to start their first official quest for the Adventurer Guild. For now, the quests we get aren't much, but hopefully when our reputation starts to get better, there will be more and better paying quests available. From here on out, the future of the Adventure Guild is in your hands. Don't screw this up. Alright, your goal is to lead the guild to ultimate fame. You have to build our reputation, you have to accept the quests, choose what they take for the journey, prepare carefully, eventually will have to pay the price. Be aware that during quests will pass a day. While preparing your adventures, you will also be able to purchase supplies for the upcoming quest. The amount of supplies available to purchase depends on the quest length. Okay, so we can explore the area or we can collect items. Let's collect items. And this place is full of riches for daring adventurers. We get 2 shovels, 10 common ores, 2 water skins. Let's do that. We can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we can only have 4 right now. Okay. Well, let's obviously. Okay, and this one has healing spells and magic missile. Sneak attack and dagger techniques. Block techniques. Okay, so that kind of helps us out there by giving us all that. We could buy some supplies. Recommended. Front row and back row. Yeah, that kind of works. Okay, we are definitely here. It looks to be like a bandit over there. Okay, nice success. I don't know exactly what I just got. What is this? Equipment bonus. So we gain resistance. That's a resistance ring, so we might as well go ahead and give it to you. Okay, and she still has the minor dodge ring. I wish I could hit them first, but it's not really how it works. All right, so what do we have here? Cleanse Mind, Cure Poison, Heal, or Magic Missile. They're going to have to come down to us first. So I'm going to go ahead and move you forward. Okay. Why does block use 5 SP? That kind of sucks. Yeah, I was expecting that. That's why I did that. Okay. Well, Magic Missile is kind of crap. But it is what it is. I can shield bash you, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and attack you. Bloody Axe. Well, you suck. I just dropped my phone. That's probably really loud for you guys, so I apologize. All right, what have I got here? Well, that didn't do as much damage as I wanted. All right, killed you. Very nice. We're going to go ahead and do another block in case this bandit likes to want to kind of run up on me. Very well done. I think I might just use magic missiles. Sneak attack really does a good, work. Very nice. Though my SP is running really low. Okay, what is that ring? Mind resistance. Okay. All right, what are you? You're by yourself? No, you've got a dire wolf and a hunter. So how do I interact? That was weird. Um, I guess it's Q to interact. I really don't know. Where I'd like to go. Okay, so you're no longer hidden, even though you were hidden. Oh, he had a chain attack. That's pretty cool. I don't know why we had a chain attack. Really? Again, really? Okay, that kind of works. Let's go ahead and move you around. I don't need cure poison. Okay, so can I... Alright, that's pretty good. Okay, now you poison someone. Go ahead and use some more block just in case. Alright, but you are done with your bleed. I'd really like to know how I did that chain reaction, because that was pretty cool. Okay. We got one quest item. Oh, there's a trap here. Okay, we can actually bring up the map a little bit. All right, looks to be an event down here. Party met probably the brawniest man they've ever seen in their life. A man they were sure of could snap a man in half with his bare hands. So buffed was he that the party instinctively got themselves combat ready. Seeing that, the buff man just laughed and said, "Easy there, folks. I'm not looking for trouble." The party eased up a little bit, but were still a little bit uncomfortable. He started to eye the adventurers and smiled. "You look like you know how to handle yourself in a fight. Would you consider yourself strong?" Uh, Strength isn't exactly what they do. The brawny man looked disappointed. "If that's the case, then you're not worth my time," he said, and just walked away, leaving the adventurers to do their thing. We lose BP. I feel like I probably need to rest. Gaining experience is really good. Okay, yeah. Boom, boom, boom. I have 8 supplies, so we're going to go with a satisfying meal. Okay, we definitely. What are you? You can do. Restoring 50% HP to everybody. I don't really need that. Recover more mana. I could probably use that. One adventurer encourages another adventurer, restoring BP. Stores 10% of health. For the next 3 encountered, adventurer will be hidden and start the battle for 3 turns. Another encourage. 30% more physical resistance. Okay, I definitely want that. Character performs a magical ritual to get their whole body 20 resistance against all elements. I haven't found anybody that's actually using elements just yet. So I think I'd like to be able to get her SP up more. But I don't really have anything else. But I need the ambush protection. Um, I'll scan some of that. Okay. We're going to continue exploring because we have some other stuff that we can do. Too bad I can't walk them into that trap. That would have been good. We'll move you over there. Okay, well, that doesn't really help me any. Let's just hit you a couple of times and be done with it. Well, you definitely suck. Oof, and I can't really do anything. Okay. Let's wait. I can definitely move you over here. And just with it. I mean, yeah, that works, right? Nope, I cannot heal you from here. Let me move you over there. And whiff it. Okay, that just takes 5, so I'll go ahead and kill you. Well, that's never fun. All right. Well, that's good. Let's go ahead and heal you up just a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and stun you. We'll heal you up a little bit more just to be safe. Nice. All right, very well done. We should have some level 2s, right? Yeah, she gained because of her stuff. Because of all the traps that I've dismantled. Okay, there's one more thing over there. This shouldn't be too hard. I should have probably, like, rested, though. Okay, we need to bring you in closer. Nice, that was a good miss. Of course, it doesn't help that I kind of boxed my way in there. That's a pretty good sneak attack. I'll take it. Always bleeding. Okay, so I can use one more spell after this one. I don't think we're going to have too bad of a time. Other than her bleeding. Nice. I'll definitely take all that I can get. It should be everything, right? All right, yeah. Very well done. Hey, everybody's ready for a promotion now. Hey, Guildmaster. Congratulations on your first successful mission. This was the least of all outcomes. It would have been too much for even yourself in the first quest we accepted in it in failure. I hope I didn't have to hold protocol with you after every quest we do. Alright, guys, let's try to get along. On another note, we came because we wanted to show you the last 2 places in the guild. As you already know, most of our resources are collected by our adventurers in their quests. We use these resources to make our own equipment and potions. Unfortunately, our former alchemist has left us, so for now we have lost the ability to make potions. But luckily, our blacksmith is still with us. Let's give him a visit and see if we have enough resources to make use of. Barrett, are you here? We want to introduce you to somebody. I'm here. Yikes. Easy, big guy. Didn't I tell you not to sneak up on people like that? I wasn't. I stood here when you came in. Hello, Barrett. Hello, Fiola. Barrett, this is the new guildmaster. How about you introduce yourself? The name is Barrett. I'm the blacksmith. Nice to meet you. I'm Fisher. Barrett isn't much of a talker, so you have to excuse him when he goes silent. But he is an excellent blacksmith who has been providing our adventurers with equipment for years now. And whenever we have enough materials, consider letting Barrett craft new equipment for our adventurers. It's the most effective way of boosting an adventurer's combat capabilities. Do you have anything to add? No. You're the salt of the earth, Barrett. Okay, so I can make an adept gi, an adept staff. Oh, okay, never mind. Only show craftable stuff, because I guess I did not have enough. 12 out of 15. Okay, so yeah, I don't have enough of that yet. These are the things that I do have, though. I don't think I need any of them, though, because I think that's what I already have. Well, that's nice. I actually like him. He's kind of short and sweet. Gets the job done. Last place I want you to visit is maybe the most important one in the Adventurer Guild. Now, I'm not saying that just because it's my workplace. Geez, would it hurt you two to be more sociable? Manage adventurers and parties and training grounds. I wanted to see what items I had. Yeah, because you have an apprentice staff. I think there's really nothing. Yeah, and I don't think there's anything here that's novice geese. That's probably there. I crafted an item so that I can get the side objectives. This here is my domain, this training ground where we veterans teach adventurers all of our skills and knowledge. Are you the only teacher here? No, of course not. Adventure parties need to have many different roles. I might be good with a sword, but I'm lousy with other weapons. For that, we have other instructors. We used to have dozens of instructors with different skill sets to teach, but unfortunately, most have left the guild since its decline. I hope that we gather new instructors again after our reputation improves. But those who stayed with us are exceptionally talented people. Currently, they don't seem to be here, but you should talk to them when you see them. They're good people. I do not doubt it. Fran always had an eye for good people. Well, there is one exception. Talking about yourself? Seriously, guys, didn't you say you haven't seen each other for 10 years? How could anyone still hold so much hostility after that long of a time? It's easy. If it's her, at least I'll know who's responsible if either of you end up dead. Very true. All right, place we can work on improving adventurers by teaching them skills, changing their classes. Their classes are own set of skill trees available to them. Okay, there are many classes we can choose from. Well, we do have this. So let's teach you. You already have basic shield techniques. Shield training. Increase. Oh, that's actually pretty good. I thought I had some extra skill points. I guess I don't. That's weird. Because I have. Yeah, points to level up. To level click on the arrow icon. On level up, characters roll the stat increases. Okay, so I have level up, but not skill points. Every 2 levels, you'll earn a skill point. I mean, I probably, yeah, that's fine. Okay. And they all gain 2 accuracy because they're bronze adventurers. Well, I mean, at least I have 4 stat increases, but I don't really need that one. Oh, we can set a class goal. Bishop. Okay. Let's do that with everybody then. Because he is a defender. We're just going to go for upgraded classes here. Okay. He doesn't have anything, so I haven't sent him on anything yet, but he has a current of even. But nobody has. Oh, I now have 1 skill point each. Shield training, I could do that. Art of War, cover and taunt. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, let's do that. And you, spell penetration, accuracy, movement, passive SP by 20%. That's actually pretty good. Oh, common support spell. So yeah, I'll take that. Dirty Fighting. Increases crit by 5, increases crit damage by 20%. That's pretty good. Shadow Step. Okay. Dodge. Underdog. Enemies will no longer get bonus hit chance for each of their allies surrounding this unit. Meh, not really that great. Probably Dirty Fighting. Art of Protection. That's actually really good. Improved healing is really good. And also remove bleeding. Yeah, we'll do that. One more thing, Guildmaster. We do not need to accept quests every day. Adventurers have their own limits and need to rest from time to time, both mentally and physically. Push them beyond that, and they might leave the guild one way or another. I guess one way is dying. Consider just letting this day end so that our adventurers can recover a bit. The adventurers will thank you, Guildmaster. So where was the swamp hag disappeared to? If you're referring to Fiola, then she already left. She was actually the one who told me to give you that advice in her stead. She said that she hit her mental limit with you for today. Would it bother you to deliver my remarks so that she doesn't get the last word? It would bother me greatly. Very much so. All right, so now we can advance the day. And now we're barely known. Well, I guess we can mute her or something. That's funny. That may be where she's at. All right, but I think I'm going to go ahead and end this this video here. Been an hour and 10 minutes. Looks like we have the basic of the game going on. Okay, we cannot increase their mood until the next day. All right, so that just means we have to recruit some more. So hopefully you kind of enjoyed it. It does seem really cool. I may have to play a little bit more behind the scenes. Let me know what you guys thought. As always, if you'd like to see kind of what I've done, just let me know and I will show more. Until then, be kind to each other.